I'd like to describe them in one word or a couple of words, and that's it's people. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones who are the face of Mercachem. They are the people behind the successes. So it's already a couple of sentences now, but I would say it's people. So my name is Bart DeCorte, and I'm kind of I think one of the newest kids on the block at Mercachem. I left Big Pharma after more than 20 years and joined Mercachem on May 15th of this year as a BD development person, a business development person, specifically focusing on the United States, where I live. I got to know Mercachem in 2012, I believe, when I was still working for Big Pharma. Connected with Mercachem and started with a small project as a customer, so obviously not as a Mercachem employee. And that effort grew and grew to about 12 FTEs, which is, I think, even for Mercachem standards, quite sizable, and was incredibly impressed with the quality of the work, the communication. So I felt really they did not disappoint, to say the least. And as I was ready to kind of exit Big Pharma after more than 20 years, I felt there would be a fun role for me to play, to be as somebody who was born in Belgium but residing in the United States, to be a bridge between Europe and the US. And Mercachem was definitely my number one on the list as a potential partner. And I'm very happy to say that everything worked out, and I started on May 15th. I think the most pleasant thing for me to as a customer then working with Mercachem was very much their engagement. I mean, as I said, the sense of ownership they displayed on the project. And I've worked with external partners over the years, and that's it's not a given that happens. It's sometimes you work with people who are dedicated but really they're not always on the same wavelength completely. With Mercachem, that was definitely the case. For me, Mercachem stands out and it sounds trivial, but the quality of its people. And I, again, in my collaborations with them as an outsider, I worked with about 24 people at Mercachem, and what always struck me is that this is not a small company anymore. Mercachem is 165 employees, but it feels like a family business still. In the way I interacted with people, there's a closeness here that I hope Mercachem can retain as it continues to grow. I'd like to describe them in one word or a couple of words, and that's it's people. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones who are the face of Mercachem. They are the people behind the successes. So it's already a couple of sentences now, but I would say it's people. As they continue to grow and move on and look at the next 20 years, I would say I would not change much. I mean, adjustments in terms of structure will have to be made as the company grows, but I think they've managed this organization very, in some ways from a business perspective, maybe conservatively, but allowing for this kind of organic growth is something that I hope they can continue to do. So without running too fast, but moving forward at the pace they've been moving forward so far. So when I studied chemistry about more than 30 years ago now, we focused very much on chemistry only. I think it's very clear that more of an integrated education that also provides a deeper understanding of biology will offer more opportunities for chemists. It's important to be a really good synthetic chemist, but it's also important to be able to communicate with biologists who in many aspects of the work that they will be pursuing, wherever it may be, biologists will be a key partner. And if you can't speak the same language to some extent, it puts you at a big disadvantage. So I would say study chemistry as hard as you can, but don't forget about biology. I would say continue to do what you're doing so well, and I hope that's possible. I trust that with the incredibly strong foundation that Mercachem has built, that they have very great and prosperous years ahead of them.